So when I mentioned I want to start the program by doing something that I've not done in quite some time, you might wonder what that is. Something that never, ever happens is about to happen, or at least something that has not happened in quite some time. Something about a place that I've got a lot of love for, a place that has always been tremendous to me personally and to the program and to the brand, a place that has been the home of some amazing clones for decades. Some of the best years of my professional life have been spent in this town. Fact. And things have not been great in that town of late. Fact. Not from a sports standpoint. You know what town I'm talking about, don't you? If you had to guess, what town would that be? Sacktown, of course. Sacktown, baby. Sacktown, how we living? I have not started this show that way in a long time, at least not for the right reasons. So I'm going to do it again. Sacktown, how we living this morning? The answer better be great. The answer better be maybe not better than ever, but better than it's been in a long, long time. Living great, living large because your Sacramento... Was that a cowbell? Alvy. Man, it takes me back to a great time. Phil Jackson calling Sacktown a cowtown, them busting out those cowbells. Such good times. Wait for it. I'll tell you why things are good. I'll tell you why things are better than good. Sacktown, your Kings, the Sacramento bleeping Kings, are over 500. Yes, I said it. Over 500. Your Sacramento Kings, wait for this, have the best record in Northern California. True dat. As I speak, the Kings have a better record than the Dubs. And maybe the single most incredible thing of all, the Kings, the Sacramento Kings, got a home game on national television last night. Seriously, just dropping bombs. For real, though. Last night was the first TNT home broadcast for Sacktown in 4 years. And holy crap, did Sacktown show up. Did Sacktown show up and show out? Sacktown fan, Sacktown player. Because the Kings came out and they absolutely dominated the East Coast Lakers in front of a national audience. Dominated to the point that they crossed the $150 line on the Nets last night. Final score, Sacktown Legends 153. Brooklyn Scrubs 121. Just in total curb stomping. A wire-to-wire bloodletting. And the craziest thing of all, that performance was not a fluke. That was not a one-off. They're not just hot. This might be who they are. I mean, I know that's who Brooklyn is. But this might be who Sacramento is. Like I said, this team is now above 500. So they're officially on a heater. They have run off 4 in a row. 4 dubs in a row. And we're not just talking about clown show competition here either. They ran off wins against the Cavs, the Lakers, the Dubs, and the Nets last night. Well, all right, technically 50% clown show competition, but still pretty good. The Warriors are the Warriors. Cavaliers are exciting, and so is the Kings offense. I mean, everything went down for them last night. Nobody would ever accuse Brooklyn of being a good defensive team, but I mean, everything went down for Sacktown last night. 60% from the floor, and they knocked in 23s. The Sacktown offense was on another level last night. But to be fair, they've been very good, really effective all season long. Really good. As in, they're number 2 in scoring offense overall. As in, they're number 2 in field goal percentage. Like for the entire season. Like for the entire association. That's what I'm saying. They're that good. So last night was more than just one great game. It was part of what's been a legitimately really, really good start for Sacramento. And eviscerating the Nets on national TV was a pretty good sign that that team is pretty serious. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to promise you anything. There's a reason why they've got the longest playoff drought in the 4 major sports. All right, not in the NBA, but in the 4 major sports. That's not good. And that's not just going to get busted up because of a good 13-game start. But that's not that tiny a sample. Sack down. You do have a long way to go, and I do understand it's been 16 miserable years since y'all got a playoff series. And I understand there has not been a whole lot to been hype about of late. What I'm saying is, if you want to be hyped right now, if you want to call me right now and tell me you're hyped right now, I'm going to say that's fine. I'm not going to promise anything, but if you woke up feeling good, if you woke up feeling fired up, great. You should. Basically, Kings fan, I'm not talking out of both sides of my mouth. I'm just saying. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but that's got to feel pretty damn good. That's a good start. You got on national TV, and you embarrassed the hell out of somebody. And not just somebody, but the Nets. So, Kings fan, you should be hyped this morning. Just as Nets fan, you should be miserable this morning. I mean, holy crap, Nets fan. Are you down? Are you down bad right now? Nets fan, all 12 of you. I mean, it's got to be rough. It's got to be rough, and it's got to be really lonely to be a Nets fan right about now. I mean, I'm going to make the assumption because I've never actually met a Nets fan. I mean, how do you meet them if there's only 12 of them? I've never actually met a Nets fan other than James Kelly, and he really doesn't count. Well, for anything, except for having a ginormous head and for butchering the English language. Not only is your team, Nets fan, in competition with the Lakers to see who can sink to the bottom of the ocean faster, your best player obviously already made it known that he doesn't want to be there. Your second best player only does hoops part-time and no time at this moment. And we're all supposed to pat your third best player on the back because he scored all of 11 points last night. 11 points in a 32-point blowout loss. Yes, Ben Simmons played. Yes, Ben Simmons had his first double-digit figure scoring effort in over 500 days. That's a real thing. I just said that. He went double digits for the first time. Shut up, Kelly. Kelly's like, they're fine. They're fine. They're fine. You're not, dude. Ben Simmons, yeah, you're about as fine as he is, Kelly. Ben Simmons had a double-digit scoring night for the first time in 500 days. And it only took the other team scoring 153 to get Ben over 10. Let me give you some other numbers that are more noteworthy. Simmons still has fewer points for the entire season than Joel Embiid scored on Sunday night. So there's that. But you know, golf claps. Golf claps for scoring 11, Ben. Good job, good effort. And evidently that honeymoon is already over for new Brooklyn head coach and future Brooklyn Fall guy, Jock Vaughn. Jock! Dude, you're from L.A. Come on, man. You know better. It's L.A.'s fault. Why is it always Ghana? Why is it always L.A.?
Ghana.
L.A.
Ghana.
Why is it always Ghana? Why is it always L.A.? It's L.A.'s fault that you went out and got your asses handed to you on national TV in Sacramento because of L.A.? Why do you always blame L.A., all of you, for everything?
Still in L.A.
Make that make sense. Jock, man, you're from L.A., dude. You're better than that. I like Jock. I still do. I mean, I don't like the Nets. I've got no time for the Nets at all. They're an absolute mess. But I like JV. But, dude, you got to be kidding me about that. Like, when in doubt, blame L.A., right? If something goes wrong, blame L.A.
Still in L.A.
I don't even live in L.A. anymore. But even I'm not going to stand for that. When something bad happens, it's LA's fault. Somehow, some way, everything is always LA's fault. Even the East Coast Titanic is somehow LA's fault. It was probably LA's fault the original Titanic sank. Yeah, no, it's not LA's fault. Brooklyn is a damn disgrace. Brooklyn is a damn disgrace because Brooklyn is a damn disgrace. It's Brooklyn's fault. It's the Nets' fault. It's Kyrie's fault. It's KD's fault. It's Ben's fault. It's all your fault. It's not our fault. We're not taking the fall for that.